Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to Let Him Run. That's right. Let Him Run, our podcast once again beginning here at 3 p.m. Our happy hour podcast where we're going to cover a couple big races coming up this weekend, the fairgrounds. Yeah, as the weekend continues, the weekends continue to mount and have big races for some of the activities that are coming up soon in May. As you know, the first Friday in May will be the Kentucky Oaks, and the first Saturday in May will be the Kentucky Derby. So, couple little housekeeping tips here. Just want to say, hey, give a little shout out to the engine that makes this podcast run, Sports Talk Media Network, and our man Sean Miller, Sports Talk Media Network YouTube. You can catch our apps streaming on multiple social channels, multiple streaming apps and social channels. But again, Sean Miller does a lot of the behind the scenes work to keep all these podcasts going. Sports Talk Media Network, YouTube. Definitely want to check them out. On the bottom, you can see our show schedule streaming across the bottom there on the ticker. On Monday and Wednesday, we have our Brisnet pick of the day that either myself or my partner, John Costin, who is away. So I am solo again. John Costin, once again, is soaking up sun, some island somewheres. We wish John the best there. Enjoy yourself. Missing this cold weather here in New Jersey. We'll see John back here hopefully next week to talk about some of the results of the races that are going to go on this weekend and get some of his insight into what he thought. There's no question he'll be keeping his eye on these races for sure. That's what John does. But anyway, I'm here today solo, 3 p.m. happy hour show. Going to talk about the two races that are coming up tomorrow, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Hope you take care of all your lover needs and your Valentine's Day responsibilities early tomorrow so that you can definitely get an opportunity to watch these races. Also, some interesting race, huge interesting race tomorrow, the Saudi Cup from Saudi Arabia, where a couple jockeys are going to be stationed there in Saudi Arabia. Irad Ortiz, Flavian Pratt, Junior Alvarado, and Joel Rosario will be there riding in the Saudi Cup and other races. The Saudi Cup is a $20 million purse. Therefore, you're going to see jockeys flock over there to ride. Well, owners, trainers, etc., connections, let's just call them connections, are going to be flocking over there to Saudi Arabia to participate in the Saudi Cup. In addition, in that race will be Forever Young. So let's be sure to check that out, Forever Young. Certainly looking to cement his place as, one of the better horses around, for sure already has to some degree, but certainly getting the Saudi Cup on your resume also adds an opportunity for you to grow as a horse and be known as one of the best. Certainly already is, with the connections that this horse Forever Young has. Should be a good race. There's a lot of good horses in the race to watch. I think it goes off early. I think it goes off at 12:40, so that could get your afternoon started off pretty nicely with the race of that magnitude. So we're going to talk about first the Rachel Alexandra race, which runs tomorrow. It is race 11 at the fairgrounds. 20 points will go to the winner. That will help that horse gain entry into the Kentucky Oaks on the first Friday of May. There was 8 horses scheduled to run in the race. The number 8, Agrippina, has been scratched. The connections indicate there's some kind of a coughing issue going on, so they thought better of it to give this horse a little break. In addition, I don't know if this had anything to do with it, Paco Lopez was scheduled to run the number 8 in the fairgrounds Rachel Alexandra race, which is tomorrow. Unfortunately, I hope wish a speedy recovery to Paco Lopez. Love seeing him ride at Monmouth Park during the summer meet that they have there. That they'll be opening that in May. I think either the week of Kentucky Derby or the week after the Kentucky Derby. But Paco Lopez, get well. He's certainly going to be off until the end of the fairgrounds meet at least, which runs through March 22nd. So certainly not going to see him back until then, for sure. So good luck, Paco. Hope your ankle does well and you get back to riding soon. I don't know the extent of the injury, but obviously enough to keep his feet out of the stirrup for a little while. And the word is at least until the end of the fairgrounds meeting, which runs until March 22nd. All right, let's get into it and let's talk about it. So race 11, a field of 7. There's no question that the focus is going to be on a couple horses. Obviously, the number 1, Just Singing, morning line 7-2, ridden by Hall of Fame jockey Johnny Velasquez and trained by Ken Sweezy. This horse certainly looks to be a player in this race, breaking from the rail. That could be a little bit interesting. I don't think this horse has run on the rail yet in the 3 races that this horse has run. Certainly having Johnny Velasquez on a young horse helps that horse have a better chance to break well and to put herself in a position to close. I mean, she closed impressively the last time out to come in third at the Goldenrod, finished off by just 1 length. Certainly looks very well, and now getting a rider upgrade with Johnny Velasquez on the mount for Long Machado. The horse is raced exclusively at Churchill Downs, so that could be interesting as well as we get closer to the Oaks race, which will be at Churchill Downs. So that horse is going to get a lot of attention. The other horse that's going to get a lot of attention, but not my attention, is the number 3, Bella Ballerina. This horse's sister, her half-sister, won the Oaks, pretty mischievous in 2023. This horse certainly is 2 for 2, lifetime. Tyler Gaffalione retains the mount for trainer Brendan Walsh. There's no question you've got to keep your eye on this horse in this race. The horse I'm liking is the number 6, Love Your Neighbor. This has an angle that Johnny Costin, my partner, would love. And certainly I think this is relevant to this horse. So certainly this horse is the most experienced, has 5 races under her belt. Won one time, came in second 3 times. Last 3 times. First race out, raced in slop. No, slop didn't bother him, not with the breeding this horse has. The slop's not going to bother this horse, and it won. She won. The second time out went on synthetic. Did not like synthetic at all. Had a terrible trip, didn't run at all, gave way at the end, finished 23 lengths out of first place. Did not like the synthetic at all. Next race was in the slop again. Okay. Again, ran well, came in second. Optional claim, $125,000 race, certainly held her own in that race. So, how to have a chance yet to get on a fast track? Well, guess what? The last 2 times put up a pretty good buyer of 81.80, but came in second. Both times ran good races, stalked, tracked the speed in the race, but couldn't finish the deal. Only lost by a neck last time out. So this time, I think this horse is going to be in a good spot with the blinkers on. If you look at the workouts this horse had, John Costa, my partner, loves this angle. The 2 workouts this horse had since she put the blinkers on are impressive. I think that's where you're going to see Louis size up. He can finish the job this time, but not necessarily with a front-running run, meaning I don't think this horse is going to go to the lead and take the lead and try and run them off their feet. I think just Louis Saez is going to have a sense of how it's going to break. And with the speed that this horse has shown in the workouts, knows that he doesn't necessarily need a front-running ride, could get a tactical ride. And at 6-1, I like this horse at 6-1. And I'm going to tell you right now, like I did if you watched our show from Monmouth Park when we were there for the Holy Bull, and myself, particularly myself, but we all liked Nearly, who won that race impressively with John Velasquez on board. That's my horse in the Derby. I said it then before the race. I said it after the race. I say it now. Hopefully he stays well, gets in the race. studio, and there I am, back. Blurred out again in the background, but back. Apologize. Don't know what. The Risen Star. Um, Again, a nice field of 8 horses here. Kind of relatively small field. Usually see about 10. The biggest thing about this race, though, 50 points to the winner. I mean, essentially a win and you're in bet, if you want to call it a bet, but a win and you're in opportunity, 50 points to the winner to get in to the Kentucky Derby. If you win this race, you're very likely, if you stay healthy, and we wish that they do, this horse will have an opportunity to run in the Kentucky Derby. So a lot of focus going to be on the number 4, Paladin. No doubt that horse is going to be, big time favorite come post time. Morning line is 8-5. Be lucky if it gets anywhere near 8-5. Basically undefeated, even though it came in second, was moved up to first the first time it ran. What's interesting is, Flavien Prat is not on the horse. As we mentioned earlier in the show, Flavien Prat is in Saudi Arabia. So they're putting on the horse Tyler Gaffalione. That's not a problem. Nope, that's not a problem, I don't think. I mean, you're going to get a good ride out of him. It's just the horse, the jockey is a little bit, unfamiliar with the horse. I'm sure he's ridden him. I'm sure he's been on him several times to get used to him. But this horse is the only horse that has won at this distance of 1 1/8 so far. That doesn't mean no one else can win, but certainly I would say if you're going to use this horse, it's got to be used on top. It's got to be used in a way that you're going to, unless the horse just has a bad break out of the gate or has some trouble, I don't see how this horse is going to lose. A lot of people are also talking about the 7, which is Courting, okay? Ridden by John Velasquez, again, Hall of Famer, with Todd Pletcher having that horse as well. That horse did not run very well in the Remsen. He got bumped around a little bit, but did improve, showed that he could keep going. Get all the looking, all the money. There's no question that horse is a good horse. But if you're looking for other horses, the 7, like we said, Courting's got an opportunity. Golden Tempo. A lot of people like that horse, think that horse is going to close very strongly. That's kind of the horse that has, you have, Jose Ortiz on that horse. Jose Ortiz did not go to Saudi Arabia, stayed here. So I think that horse has a big chance. Golden Tempo. Probably going to close into any of the speed that does break out. And there's enough speed, I think, in this race to give Golden Tempo a good opportunity to break out again and win his 3rd in a row. He won at 6 furlongs at the Fairgrounds, won at 1 mile, and 16th at the Fairgrounds. Has not run 1 1/8 yet, as we mentioned. The only horse who's won at 1 1/8 so far is the number 4, Paladin. So I'm going to play an interesting, just because I like the 6 in the race so much before this. Like we talked about, Um, love your neighbor. I don't know if you love your neighbor or not, but I love my neighbor and I love this neighbor. So I'm going to play a double, which I'm going to put up there right now. It's going to be a $20 double. The 6 with the 2, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, okay. Is the 4 the likely winner? Sure. But there could be anything happening where some of these other horses could possibly find a way to get their nose on the wire and put a little bit of extra money into um, into the mix and put a little value in this double. It's certainly going to be a great day of horse racing tomorrow. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, the Vape Shop, Case's Pork Roll, and our new sponsor, who we are a part of here, Brisnet, who gives us we get a lot of good information. I hope you can check out brisnet.com, look at what they have and see what they have on their schedule in terms of handicapping information. No question, you're going to get information there you do not get anywhere else. I do tend to use Brisnet quite a bit. It sometimes can swing my decisions on a horse. If I'm caught between 2 or 3 horses, I may look at some of the figures, some of the info, some of the percentages that you get from Brisnet that you don't get from horse. So check out Brisnet.com to be sure to check on them. Don't forget to bet smart, cheer hard. Fast horses don't always equal serious fun. You can ask my buddy Alex Viola, who talked to me about being a one-trick pony and trying to find some closers. There's some closers, of course. Brisnet pick of the day did not work out with a closer. Maybe that's why I have a little affinity to stay away from closers. But anyway, just remember, bet smart, cheer hard, fast horses can equal serious fun, and always let them run. Thanks for tuning in. Apologize. We're going to get this straightened out with our internet service here. Perhaps that's what the problem is. But good luck tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you again, and we'll let them run.